What's up, everybody? It's your boy Meme here. I woke up this morning at that's the robot vacuum in the background. I'm gonna close my door. I woke up this morning at 5:30, and then I walked on the treadmill for an hour, and then I did some rowing. Then I came upstairs and I had a protein shake and some lasagna and a banana and some cornbread. And then I showered before then. I showered after I exercised and before I showered after I exercised and before I ate food. And then I studied for like an hour and a half. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I did some shopping for a UPS. I think I know what UPS I'm going to buy. The reason why is because I'm buying a network switch, which should be arriving today. I don't think it's going to. But I'm buying a network switch, and while there is one free port that I can plug, like power port, like power outlet, that I can plug the network switch into, it doesn't, I'm getting the switch because I'm going to need more Ethernet ports for expansion. And if the switch is going to be taking the only power outlet that's available, then there's going to be no power for expansion. And so the thing I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about replacing one of the surge protectors up against this wall with the UPS that I'm going to be buying. And then I'm going to be replacing another surge protector very close to it with a 12 outlet trip light surge protector. And, frankly, if my dad is apprehensive about the added power infrastructure up against the wall, I will be like, hey, you can keep the surge protector. I'm going to buy you a surge protector, and you can keep it if it makes you uncomfortable. And hopefully that is enough negotiation for him to be okay with, the slow sort of, the slow sort of technological encroachment happening in our living room. But what can you do? I'm a technological guy. This is what you get for raising a kid on on IT work stories. But anyway, the what yeah, so I did some shopping for a UPS as well today. And nothing really went on too much. I was listening to the new Horseshoe Theory podcast episode with, it's the podcast with Greg Guevara, aka J-Reg, and Art Chad. I forget his name. I don't know his name. Has he been doxxed? I don't know. I don't even know if he said his name publicly. That would be funny if he hasn't said his name publicly, but I said his full name. But anyway, it really freaked me out. I was making dinner, and Art Chad was, being hyperbolic. He was saying, we're all going to be balls of light in 18 months, right? And I was thinking about it, and I was like, of course, like, obviously that's a bit of an exaggeration, but, like, damn, that's kind of how it feels sometimes. Like, you think about this sort of inevitable march of, like, technology and capital, and it's kind of really freaky. It's sort of shaping up that the world in, the delta between 2026 and 2126 is going to be infinitely larger than the delta between 1926 and 2026, the future is going to look way different compared to now than the past looked compared to right now. It's just going to get crazier and crazier. I just realized I'm recording this on my streaming scenes. That's crazy. Whoa. Okay, my bad. It's probably fine. I mean, I'm probably not, like, this is fine. It's just, I just realized there's this, like, disclaimer at the bottom. Whoops. Anyway. But yeah, it's just really freaky, just how fast everything is moving. I don't know. And, like, remember when, like, AI coding tools, like, weren't that good at writing code? Like, it's crazy. Like, it's, people thought that, like, oh, these tools can do the work of a kind of a not very good junior engineer that never learns, right? That's the line people would say. And of course, I'm a junior engineer who barely learns, right? So of course, relative to my knowledge, these things seem like relative to my knowledge, these things seem like, infinite, fountains of wisdom, right? And obviously that's incorrect. It's just, they seem correct relative to my, low level of knowledge. But, nowadays I hear, these fairly qualified people, realistically talking about the benefits of these large language model systems in regard to, making code, and it's really freaky because, you know, last I remembered, like, unless you were like a big AI guy, nobody thought they were going to be getting this far, and it only makes me think, like, how much better are these systems going to get, these agentic systems? And it's not just large language models, like, of course, it was the breakthrough of the transformer that led to, things like ChatGPT and, later, I guess, Claude Code, right? As much as the year of the agent failed, it definitely didn't in software development circles, right? But the like agentic workloads didn't really escape containment, but anyway, the you know transformers were the breakthrough, and who knows where we'll be if there's like another breakthrough in artificial intelligence technology, or maybe another breakthrough after that, right? Like, will it be like AGI by then? Who knows? And of course, it's kind of a silly marketing term, kind of a lot of the time, invented to, like, raise stock prices, right? But it's still, a realistic concern, and I feel like people don't really think about it. And I feel like, people are going to wake up one day and there's like all this crazy stuff happening, and, they're going to be blindsided. And I think everybody's going to be blindsided, but, at least I'm aware I'm going to be blindsided. You know what I mean? Like, it's just freaky. Like, it's really, really freaky. And, like, damn, like, maybe we are all going to be balls of light in 18 months, because I don't know. Like, maybe the world will be unrecognizable in, like, 5 years, And it probably will be. Like, it's just weird to think about. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy. Okay. Yeah, I had some sausage and a protein shake this afternoon as well.